So last night, I graduated with my master's in educational technology, and my best friend gave me a wonderful graduation present. This is a talking, radio-controlled pocket watch. And what I love about it are a number of things. First of all, it's very small, very compact, and this gold chain works wonders as far as getting it, in around the hook of your pants. And even if it doesn't fit completely around the hook of my pants, what I do is I'll loop it through one of the bigger hooks, and then I will clip it to this top ring here. There are two buttons and one stem. The stem you never want to touch unless you're replacing the battery or for some other reason the hands are not synchronized with the audio time. Now, how this works is very, very simple. Like I said, you have two buttons. You have your 2 o'clock position button, which is S1. You have your 4 o'clock position button, which is S2. If we press S1 once,
the time is 8:28 p.m.
We press it twice.
Today is Wednesday, December 18th, year 2013.
And a third time.
USA time updated.
So it is radio controlled. And if we push the 4 o'clock button, which is S2, we push that once.
The alarm time is 11:50 p.m. Alarm is on.
Oops. So, what if you wanted to do some adjusting? Well, that's simple enough. You press and hold your S2 button, which is your 4 o'clock button.
Set alarm. Press S1 to set.
So press S1, which is your 2 o'clock, but I've got the alarm set to go off to remind me to do something later, so I want to keep it set.
Alarm on, off. Press S1 to set.
So you have your alarm on, off.
Chime on, off. Press S1 to set.
So let's go ahead and fiddle with that. So I'm going to push S1.
Press S1 to on, off. S2 to confirm. Chime off. Chime on.
Now all I'm doing is pressing the 2 o'clock button
Chime off. Chime on.
to cycle through. And if I push the 4 o'clock button, S2.
Confirm.
Now if I push and hold the 4 o'clock button, S2 again.
Set alarm. Press S1 to set alarm on, off. Chime on, off. Press S1 to set.
Now there's a feature here that's really wonderful with this particular watch.
Global signal selection. Only when you visit these countries. Press S1 to set.
Now I'm not about to fiddle with this because I've already got it set on the time zone that I want, but this has the 4 US time zones. It has the UK, Germany, and it also has Japan. Japan is something of an oddball. Japan has 2 completely different radio towers in that they're both atomic clocks, but they operate on 2 different frequencies. One of them is 60 kilohertz, which this pocket watch will support, but the 40 kilohertz it won't, which is a complete mystery to me. And it's not just with this watch. If you purchase any radio-controlled talking watch that has a global selection feature and is not what I call a domestic, in other words, it only has the 4 US time zones, if it has more than the 4 US time zones, Japan will be an option, but for some reason it will not cover the entire country. I don't know why. Anyway, so we're going to push and hold 4 o'clock again.
Set alarm on, off. Chime on, off. Global signal selection. Only when you visit these countries. Set alarm. Press S1 to set.
And after you go through the particular item to set your time zone or your radio signal, it will default back around to the alarm. Now, again, how do you check the radio reception? Well, again, you push S1 3 times.
Press S1 to set hour. S2 to confirm.
Whoops.
Press S1 to set minute. S2 to confirm.
So this is how you would set the alarm, which I didn't intend to show you immediately, but looks like we're here anyway.
Confirm that alarm time is 11:50 p.m. Alarm is on.
So again, we push our 2 o'clock, which is our, which is S1.
The time is 8:32 p.m. Today is Wednesday, December 18, year 2013. USA time updated.
USA time updated. If it says not updated, then that means it wasn't able to get a radio signal. So how do you ask it for a radio signal? Well, you can manually invoke the signal by pressing your S1 button down for approximately 5 seconds. What will happen is visually the second hand will move to the 7 o'clock position and freeze. Audibly, you will hear a little clicking sound. That is the second hand moving very fast, and again, then it will stop. So if you hear, you can listen to it ticking. You push and hold your S1 for 5 seconds, then you'll hear it spinning fast and then stop. The instant it stops, you need to put the watch down onto a surface like this with the back facing up. The back, by the way, is a plastic material. It has 4 holes in it for the speaker.
The time is 8:33 p.m.
But you have to have the back facing up because that's where the receiver is located with this watch. But this is a truly wonderful gift, and I will forever be thankful to my BFF for giving me this. It is just a truly awesome timepiece. I just couldn't be happier. What happens, by the way, if the battery does go down? Well, that's one of the reasons I like this. Remember I was telling you earlier about the stem, the 3 o'clock position. You would need sighted assistance to do this, but what you would do is you would pull out the stem. Let's say your watch is on its last legs, but it's still running. Pull out the stem when the second hand reaches exactly 12 o'clock. And then you want to move the hour and minute hands to the 12 o'clock position. Then go and get the battery changed. Once you get the battery changed and all 3 hands are pointing at 12 o'clock, go ahead and put the stem back in, because that way the audio and the visual times will synchronize. But the really cool thing is that if they are not synchronized for whatever reason, it's much easier to adjust it with the stem, because on an older design, which has 4 buttons and no stem as opposed to 2 buttons and a stem at the 3 o'clock, you had to get into a menu option which said set time. There was also another option which said second hand alignment. This is an updated control system, and I honestly like this a lot better than the old one. But what do you guys think? Oh, in case you're wondering about ordering this, it was a custom, unique, like I told you, this is a truly unique gift. This is a custom job. The watch came as a pendant, and there had to be some work done to turn it into a pocket watch, which is not difficult. All you have to do is find a pocket watch chain at a jeweler, and they'll get it transferred for you. But just be aware of that if you decide to go and get this. You cannot get this as a pocket watch out of the box. But no, this is a truly, truly unique gift, and I don't think I could say anything more than thank you, thank you, thank you to my BFF, who I know is watching this. But if anybody else has any questions on this watch, please let me know. I'll be happy to share them with you, share my answers with you, and that should do it. Thank you for watching. Comments are welcome, and have a nice day.